महोदयानां हार्दम् अभिनन्दनं स्वागतं वन्दनं करोमि। एवमेव अस्माकं शिक्षण अधिगम केन्द्रस्य अध्यक्षानां कुशल संयोजिकानां प्रोफेसर अमिता पांडे भारद्वाज महाशयानां हार्दं अभिनन्दनं स्वागतं वन्दनं करोमि। अस्माकं समेषां प्रियाणां विदुषां प्रतिभागिनाम् अस्यां कार्यशालायां हार्दम् अभिनन्दनं वन्दनं क्रियते। अद्य अस्माकं ये मार्गदर्शनं करिष्यन्ति ते स्वनामधन्या। बाहुल्येन अहं चिन्तयामि अस्माकं सर्वेषामपि प्रौद्योगिकी जगतः सुतरां विद्वांसः वर्तन्ते। एकेन श्लोकेन किञ्चित् वदामि, सामान्य भाषया अस्ति। रमेशः सुरभारते विभूषते सदा इह अमित प्रभावेण गौरभाविलाषिणः ज्ञानधनः कार्यधना सेवापरायणाः वयं सेवामहे सुतरां भारतीय परंपरा। हम सभी भारतीय परंपरा के संसेवक हों, भारतीय परंपरा के मार्ग पर आगे बढ़ें और आज के हमारे मार्गदर्शक का हम इस अवसर पर परिचय कराएं। हमारे जो हम सबको आज मार्गदर्शन करेंगे वो हैं प्रोफेसर रमेश सी शर्मा महोदय। आप पीएचडी की उपाधि एजुकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी में आपने प्राप्त की है। आप ऑनलाइन माध्यम से सिखाने के विषय विशेषज्ञ हैं। महान महारत आपको ऑनलाइन माध्यम से पढ़ाने में समझाने में प्राप्त है और आप एशियन जर्नल ऑफ डिस्टेंस एजुकेशन इस पत्रिका के सह संपादक हैं। आप अनेकानेक पुस्तकों के लेखक हैं और आप बहुत ही उच्च स्तरीय मार्गदर्शक हैं। आपने अनेकानेक लोगों का मार्गदर्शन किया है और अनेक समितियों में आप सदस्य हैं। आज आप न केवल हमारे देश में, आप विदेशों में भी प्रथित यशस्क हैं। आपको वहां भी मार्गदर्शन के लिए बुलाया जाता है। आज हमारे श्री लाल बहादुर शास्त्री संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालय एवं शिक्षण अधिगम केंद्र के इस ऑनलाइन कार्यशाला में आपका शुभ आगमन हम सबके गौरव को बढ़ाने वाला है। मैं पुनः सर का, प्रोफेसर रमेश चंद्र शर्मा सर का हार्दिक अभिनंदन, स्वागत और वंदन करता हूं और इस अवसर पर सर के चरणों में निवेदन करता हूं हमारे सभी विद्वान प्रतिभागियों का आप मार्गदर्शन करें। आचार्य जी।
Thank you, Parmesh ji. So friends, today our topic is qualitative data collection techniques or qualitative methods in the research. Before that, I would like that the concept about what is qualitative research needs to be clarified. So, you know, there are certain questions when we ask in the area of qualitative research, sometimes how do we deal that? So say, for example, if we think of under what conditions do the countries go to war? आप जरा इन पिक्चरों को ध्यान से, फोटोग्राफ्स को ध्यान से देखना. Then what is the influence? Suppose if we are thinking of a question that what is the influence of 2018 to 2020 economic crisis, आप लोग जानते होंगे कि आजकल हमारी अर्थव्यवस्था को लेकर भी जो लीडर लोग हैं वो चाहे कुछ भी बोलें, बट आरबीआई और बाकी जो दूसरी और इंटरनेशनल लेवल की एजेंसीज हैं वो भी थोड़ा सा हमारे देश की इकोनॉमिक स्थिति को लेकर चिंता में है. सो व्हाट इज द इन्फ्लुएंस ऑफ 2018-2020 इकोनॉमिक क्राइसिस ऑन द वोट शेयर ऑफ ट्राइबल पार्टीज इन ईस्टर्न इंडिया? देन what type of people are the most likely to protest and partake in CAA demonstrations, and how has the urban squatters movement developed in New Delhi after independence? आपने देखा होगा कि काफी सारे मीन्स लगभग हर बड़े शहर के अंदर ऐसा अनप्लैन्ड, लोगों की भी मजबूरी है, कहाँ जाएंगे। आपने शायद दिल्ली में और कई जगहों पे भी देखा होगा कि रेल की पटड़ी के बिल्कुल किनारे शायद केवल 6 इंच की जगह ही होगी, वो जितना रेल की पटड़ी से रेल की जो बोगी होती है उसकी बॉडी बस वो दीवार को टच ना करे, उतना उतना उसमें वो स्पेस छोड़ के, एंड द पीपल दे लिव देयर, लिटरली ऑन द रेलवे लाइन दे लिव देयर। और मैंने एक वीडियो भी देखा है, वो पता नहीं वियतनाम का है या किसी मतलब वो इंडोनेशिया और उसी इलाके का एक वीडियो है। एक मार्केट है और वो ट्रेन आती है, तो जब ट्रेन ने आना होता है तो सभी लोग मार्केट के अपने वो जो शेड होते हैं, वो टेंट, उन सबको बांस को बल्लियों को ऐसे खोल देते हैं, that goes on to the sides, train passes through, and after that again they will come back to, just they will wait for the train to come, like that. So these things, they are their questions. Now I want to give you an exercise here, that based on these images like urban squatters movement, and who are the people who take part in these kind of demonstrations or protests, what is the impact of the vote sharing bank on electoral, or say on the economic crisis? Why do the countries they fight with each other? So what we are going to do now, I'm going to post one link into the chat box. And this is a tool for you also. You can use it for your own teaching learning purpose to gather the idea. It is called as idea boards, to generate ideas from the audience. जब आप इस पेज पर जाएंगे तो आपको ये एक तो क्वेश्चन और एक ऑब्जेक्टिव, दो टैब दिखेंगे, और उसके सामने जो ग्रीन कलर का प्लस का बटन है उसको आप क्लिक कीजिए। इन फोटोग्राफ्स को देख के आप क्वेश्चन बनाइए कोई, कि ये एक सिचुएशन है, तो आप उसका एक रिसर्च क्वेश्चन क्या सोचते हैं उसमें कि क्या होना चाहिए। रिसर्च क्वेश्चन, एक तो आपने एक रिसर्च क्वेश्चन बनाना है, और दूसरा फिर वो क्वेश्चन आप क्यों बना रहे हैं, व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ दैट, मींस बाय आस्किंग दैट क्वेश्चन व्हाट डू यू वांट टू फाइंड आउट। ओके, सो गो अहेड, आई विल गिव यू 2-3 minutes. Very good. If you want your name to be appeared on it, with your question you can add the name also, otherwise it is not compulsory. जिन्होंने ये क्वेश्चन बनाया है व्हाई डू वी नीड वॉर्स, उसी तरीके से आप उसका ऑब्जेक्टिव भी साथ में लिख दीजिए। So there are two sections, one is for question and another is for objective. For the same question you need to give the objective. And these pictures, they are representative. The questions which I said, it is not necessary that you need to ask the same question. You can think of, based on those images, you can think of some other question also. और उसमें आप एक काम और कर सकते हैं, तो आपको, ताकि ये जो टूल है इसको आप और किस तरीके से अच्छे तरीके से यूज कर पाएंगे, मेरे ख्याल में 1-2 लोगों ने वो कर भी दिया है। आपको यदि किसी का क्वेश्चन ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है तो उसमें नीचे वो जो +0 है, उस तरीके से आप उसको क्लिक करके उसको आप प्रमोट भी कर सकते हैं। वो जैसे फेसबुक वगैरह के ऊपर आप लाइक करते हो किसी चीज को, सेम वे दैट यू कैन लाइक ए पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन आल्सो टू प्रमोट दैट, इफ यू लाइक थिंक दैट ओके दिस इज ए गुड क्वेश्चन। अभी देखो आप, जैसे व्हाई डू कंट्रीज फाइट विद ईच अदर को +2 मिल गए, तो दिस इज आल्सो ए टेक्निक टू प्रमोट समथिंग। Very good. So let us see what are your responses. Okay, mental health awareness in urban slums. Yes, good topic, Dr. Milind. How to establish peace in the world. Very good. Do we need wars? Yes, it is a philosophical question. Are wars only way to make peace? From where you come, how many days you live here, what is your income source? Are these protests help in finding solution of the problems? Why do people protest? What is the impact of purity on Indian electoral system? What is the effect of electoral patterns on lifestyle of people living below poverty line? Deepaji. What are the reasons of increasing conflicts among people of diverse cultural background? Why do you need to do research? Physical health of slum area. Comparative study of academic achievement of the children of working as well as non-working mother. ये जिसने ये वाला क्वेश्चन बनाया है ना, आप इसके अंदर इसको और स्पेसिफिक कर सकते हो, जैसे ए कंपैरेटिव स्टडी ऑफ एकेडमिक अचीवमेंट ऑफ द चिल्ड्रन ऑफ वर्किंग एज वेल एज नॉन वर्किंग मदर। उसके बाद आप इसमें ऐड कर सकते हैं दैट मे बी इन द अर्बन स्क्वेटर्स एरिया or in the war zone conflict area or in the tribal belt or something, means where that those working or non-working mothers, to specify it. Very good. I'm happy you have given wonderful ideas to evolve different ways of creating a culturally inclusive society. Okay, but you could have converted it into a question form. If you see the others statements, they are interrogative statements, the questions. So try to convert these things into, do we actually need war only? Okay, yeah. good statement. To focus study on basic issues, why people make groups and protest, why do Indian Muslim prefer religion than country, what are the needs of online platform? You can make it PLATFORM, platform, not platform. How do we improve the living conditions of people? Good. Objective to overcome, to compare as well as working. Okay, maybe this needs to go to this. Okay, you because it is objective, so you can shift it to under this side. Okay, let us see. To find out the feeling of integrity, understand the motivating factors behind such activities, to deal with geopolitics issues, find out why countries need supremacy. Very good. So this is, yeah, picture cannot see, unable to see picture. No, because I changed the screen. That's why. Okay, let me display the photographs again. But anyway, that was a just to show you the idea that by looking the actually what happens when we deal with qualitative research. Here we see the things around us and try to find out that what is the issue at hand and what can we do to find the solution for that problem. So on the that's why I shared these photographs with you. So now the issue here is that there is hardly any field in social sciences that asks as many research questions. Say, for example, like just an example, as in political science. So the questions scholars are interested in can be specific and reduced to one event. One event, say, for example, can we use this tool for classroom discussion in virtual? Yes, definitely. That is the purpose of me showing you this tool. Okay, since you have asked me this question, let me show you how you can use this. Do we need to log into this site? Can we use? Okay, let me just take a few minutes to show you how you can use it. I hope you are seeing my screen. You need to first go to ideasboard.com. Okay, and here comes the URL. So you need to go. This is the main website. Now, it is a good idea that if you create your login, then you can save all your idea boards in your login. Otherwise, you can simply click here, create my own idea board, and you can see here, you can get the feedback, you can ask, you can make participants to share their thinking on that. And it can work on Firefox, it can work on Chrome very effectively. You click on this create, it is simple. After that, it will ask you these simple things. Name means your event name. Say, for example, today we can see qualitative research session at Shri Lal Bahadur Shastri Sanskrit University. Okay, and if here you can give some description that we shall discuss something, and here how many sections you want. Like I created two sections, one for question, one another for objective, but you can select so many things, means sections, or how you want it to be arranged. It is up to the topic which you want to. And then you can, if you have one section or whatever sections, you give them their names. For example, I had selected two sections. So section 1 title was the question, and the second section title was the objectives. Like, and then it will simply ask you, I am not a robot. You need to tell, and then click on create. So it is created. See, it is as simple that. After that, what you need to do to share this link, you simply copy. Okay, to read the questions, I need to come back to this screen. Okay, so Deepa ji ne pucha tha, do we need to log in this site? It is not necessary. You simply make those things. And Dr. Prakash पूछ रहे हैं, can we also use this tool for classroom discussion in virtual session? Yes, Prakash ji. Just now I have demonstrated you. We are in a virtual classroom, and we are using this tool. And in fact, this is a good tool to, it is anonymous, unless you are typing your name, we don't know who has submitted it in a way. It is anonymous. If you want that you want your participants' name, then you can tell them that along with your answer. If you like, you can type your name. Otherwise, it's okay. So that feeling of shyness is taken care by this. And you can create as many sections as you want. From here, you can sort them later on. The votes, the more popular statement, you can organize them by clicking on the sorting. Currently, this is by the time you create it. As when as new things are added, they will be arranged in that. And then here, I can arrange them in a particular, say I want to see only the questions. So the questions are seen. I want to see only the objectives part, that will show. If I want to see both, so it will arrange both like that. Later on, once these things, they are there, and then here you can try, means since it is open, so be careful that you do not accidentally or intentionally edit the sticky note of your colleagues. And then this can be exported as a PDF file or Excel. There are various formats depending on, by clicking on export button, by clicking on the link, means on the top, in what way you have gathered the information. So it is quite interesting to use it for your online teaching learning sessions. Is it okay? Okay, how do we save them? Tinaji or Dr. Bina, I just showed it to you how to save it by clicking on the export button and then saving it as a PDF or Excel. Yeah, it is very good tool for Tikuji. It is very good tool for research work also. How you can use this as a research work is that, when you do your research, even it is not necessary that you have to distribute it, but it is a good for data collection also, and particularly for qualitative research, it is very good. How you can gather the data as a qualitative research? You want to conduct some research, say on how the students are coping in this COVID time for online learning. We are teaching them online. Now you want to gather their ideas. Create this thing, and it is unlimited. There is no restriction. So people, the students, they can keep on adding ideas from there. You gather them, and then make an analysis from there. It is different, Urvashi ji, from Padlet in the sense that Padlet is more visual, more multimedia things. Here, this is simple text-based thing. So that way it is, and in Padlet, you need to create your login. And then the free version of Padlet gives you 3 or 5 walls. These things. So Urvashi ji, I think now you understand the difference. In Padlet, there is a limitation in the free version. Although it is more powerful in the sense that there you can ask the participants to attach their photographs or those things. So it depends on purpose to purpose, in what way we want to use those things. Okay. So I think there are no more questions up till now. So I'm going back to my, so this is how you use this. And then by clicking on export and saving it as clicking as PDF, you can see now that it will be saved as a PDF. So all these things, they are there, they will be saved for later on, for later analysis by you to be used. So this is here how we want to use it. So that's what I was explaining, that whether we are general or specific, what all empirical research questions have in common is the necessity to use adequate research methods to answer them. For example, to evaluate the influence of my question of 2018 to 20, the economic crisis on the vote share of tribal parties in Eastern India, what do we need? We need the data on tribal voters before and after the crisis, that definitely then only then you can make a comparison. A clearly defined operationalization of the crisis, भाई वो क्राइसिस था क्या वो भी तो क्लियर होना चाहिए ना, and the data on confounding factors, for example immigration, crime, corruption, like those things. You need those kind of things. So whatever the question may be, whether it is a general question, अभी आप लोगों ने जो अपने आइडियाज बोर्ड में कितने सारे क्वेश्चन बनाए, whether it is a general question or a specific question, you need adequate research methods. And although through these appropriate modeling techniques, for example, multiple regression analysis on micro level data or macro level data, we can make an assess of the absolute or relative influence on economic crisis of those tribal voting scenarios. Now, there are certain elements of qualitative research. Basically, there are three broad elements of any qualitative research. The research in the natural human language, in the context of natural human life. When we are dealing with human beings, the element here is the natural human language. Then the research based on the intuitive human research skill. In that case, it is focused on closeness, participation, and empathy with the investigated phenomena. And third situation is using analytic human research skills. In that case, it is focused on reflection, control of the process. So the qualitative research is characterized by using language as the medium of the research. For example, आप लोग इंटरव्यू कंडक्ट करते हो, definitely you talk. And qualitative research, mostly it is language, spoken language or written language. Mostly it goes with that. The research here does not focus solely upon the literal data, because if it is solely dependent on data, what it will become? You can type in the chat box. If it focuses solely on the literal data, what it will become? बताओ ना. Yes, Dr. Prakash is right, quantitative. So, but here the focus is on thinking process anchored in the language and the words as literal descriptions of research. So it leads us to the verbal discourse. अब ये verbal discourse से पहले मैं आपको एक explain करने के लिए, जी अलका जी, बीना जी, आप सबके आंसर ठीक है. रचना जैन, about the quantitative. Now let me tell you a small story. ये जो आप फोटो देख रहे हैं ना, इसका एक मीनिंग है. ये फोटो मैंने जानबूझ के डाली इस स्लाइड के अंदर. एक बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग सी कहानी है कि हम इंसान एक वक्त में इतने पावरफुल थे कि, और मतलब जब शुरू में जब वो आप ये कहिए कि देवता स्वर्ग में थे और इंसान हम अभी भी धरती पर हैं, पहले भी पृथ्वी पर ही थे, तो हमारे पास आवाज नहीं थी, हम बोलते नहीं थे. And there is very strong unity among all of us. It is a story I read when I was a child some many years ago in a book, and that has a very significant relation to that, and you will understand the significance of this story very soon. तो क्या हुआ, एक बार इंसानों ने डिसाइड किया कि ये जो देवता लोग हैं स्वर्ग में बैठे हैं, इतना मजा कर रहे हैं और हम यहाँ धरती पे परेशान हो रहे हैं, स्वर्ग तक चल देंगे, हम भी स्वर्ग में रहेंगे. अब बात आई भाई कैसे जाएंगे स्वर्ग तक, वो तो ऊपर है, क्या करोगे? तो इंसानों ने सोचा कि सीढ़ी बनाते हैं, है ना, लैडर. सो दे स्टार्टेड वर्किंग ऑन दैट. तो देवताओं के पास में वो जो नारद मुनि थे, उन्होंने मैसेज भेज दिया कि जी इंसान लोग पृथ्वी पर जो जीवात्मा है वो स्वर्ग तक आने की कोशिश में है। वो कहते हैं छोड़ो, कुछ नहीं होता उनसे। तो देवता लोग अपना मगन रहे। वो जैसे आप लोगों ने हिंदी के धारावाहिकों में देखा होगा कि वो अ, अ, सुरा और वो डांस वगैरह जो चलता है उनका मगन रहे वो। लेकिन इंसान, हम लोग पृथ्वी पर धीरे धीरे करते करते सीढ़ी बनाने लग गए और वो ऊपर ऊपर तक चलती चली गई। अब जैसे जैसे सीढ़ी बढ़ती चलती गई, देवताओं का अटेंशन आ गया कि यार ये तो नहीं रुक रहे, ये तो बढ़ाते ही जा रहे हैं। तो फिर और फिर भी सोचा कि नहीं, स्वर्ग तक नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे ये, कुछ ना कुछ इनका हो जाएगा। बट स्टिल वी वर साइलेंटली बिल्डिंग द लैडर एंड द लैडर वाज इंक्रीजिंग इन हाइट। अब क्या हुआ कि जब लैडर बिल्कुल नजदीक पहुंच गए, देवताओं को हो गई चिंता कि यार ये तो पहुंच गए यहाँ पर, अब क्या करें। तो सभा की उन्होंने कि जी ये तो अनस्टॉपेबल है और बड़ी जल्दी एक बार स्वर्ग के दरवाजे तक पहुंच गए तो हमें तो ये यहाँ से निकाल देंगे, कुछ करना चाहिए इनका। तो देवताओं ने सलाह की और उन्होंने पता है क्या किया? दे डिसाइडेड दैट गिव द वॉइस टू द ह्यूमन बीइंग्स। इनको आवाज दे दो, बोलने की शक्ति दे दो इनको। तो अब क्या हुआ, जैसे ही उन्होंने इंसानों को बोलने की शक्ति दी तो बस कोहराम मच गया। जो ऊपर जो बैठे थे और जो जैसे ईंट सप्लाई कर रहा था, जो ऊपर है वो नीचे वाले को काम कहता है भाई जल्दी से ईंट फेंकना। दूसरे वाला कहता है दे तो रहा हूं, नहीं तू धीरे धीरे ढीला काम कर रहा है। जबान से उनकी आपस में लड़ाई शुरू हो गई और जैसे ही लड़ाई शुरू हुई सीढ़ी का काम रुक गया और हम नहीं पहुंच पाए। और वो आज तक वो चीज कायम है, दैट दिस वॉइस। आप लोगों ने वो सुना भी होगा कि वो जो बाण होता है ना, नॉर्मल तीर कमान वाला, उससे आपको घाव लगे तो घाव भर जाएगा। जो जीभ का जो घाव होता है वो नहीं भरता। सो दैट इज देयर, बट इट सिग्निफाइज द power of verbal discourse. The words means the significance of this story. The verbal discourse here, it reflects the culture and the meaning that all the participants assign to their world and the difference between the human beings and the human societies. ये जो मैक्यूट और मोर हाउस की जो स्टेटमेंट है, it's very good for the qualitative research, that the words are the way the most people come to understand their situation. We create our world with words, we explain ourselves with words, we defend and hide ourselves with words. The task of the uh, okay, thank you Priyanka ji. The task of the qualitative researcher is to find the pattern within those words, and words indicate the actions, and to present those patterns to others. So in qualitative research, one of the way to ये सपना जी, इट इज हैपनिंग। आप इमेजिन करके देखिए कि यदि सबकी बोलने की आवाज चली जाए तो आप इशारों से भी कितना गुस्सा करोगे। अब या तो अमिताभ बच्चन जैसे एक्टर होने चाहिए या दिलीप कुमार जैसे एक्टर होने चाहिए जो चेहरे से ही पूरी एक्टिंग को एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं। बाकियों को तो बोलना ही पड़ता है। तो अभी परमेश जी इतना सुंदर बोलते हैं, ठीक है ना, आप परमेश जी से बोल के देखिए कि जब बिना बोले आप इतना सुंदर सुंदर करके दिखाओ तो वो नहीं हो पाएगा। ओके, सो नाउ what are the methodological elements of research? Escher gave this framework that the area inside the circle chart represents the zone of qualitative research. As shown in the figure here, the language of the words and within the natural environment of the participants. These are the important factors here. And this is a common characteristic of all different varieties of qualitative research. और ये चार्ट आपको ये भी डिमॉन्स्ट्रेट करता है कि that the other two components of qualitative research, which is intuitive research skills and analytical research skills. They are in opposite to each other and reflect the dimensions that pull in opposite directions. So what happens? Those who restrict their research tools to intuitive research skills and do not employ the remainder of analytical research skills create an artistic or literary work and not a research work. Whereas the analytic component, they are essential to any research and there is no real research without them. So on the other hand, those who restrict their research tools to analytical skills without employing intuitive research skills, they are actually facing towards quantitative research. तो ये एक इसका पैरामीटर है, आप लोगों को ये ध्यान रखना है जब आप क्वालिटेटिव रिसर्च में करेंगे. दो चीजें जरूरी हैं. इंट्यूशन होता है कि आप भांप लेते हैं कि टू सी इनटू द हिडन मीनिंग इनटू इट, एंड एनालिटिकल इज टू सी व्हाट इज व्हाट, means there is nothing to explain it. So if you go more towards analytical, then it means you are going towards quantitative research. Or if you are going more towards intuitive research, it means there may not be research, but you will be simply going into the judgment factor or something. In qualitative research, any study or work which contains all the three components. Three component means the language of words, because it is all verbal, it is qualitative where we are dealing with that. The natural environment and intuitive inquiry skill and analytical research skill, they are associated with qualitative. If one of these three is missing, we cannot characterize the work as qualitative research. तो ये तीन इसके कंपोनेंट हैं. नेचुरल एनवायरनमेंट, कहाँ पर वो चीज हो रही है, लैंग्वेज एंड द रेलेवेंट स्किल. These things, they make the thing. Now, I don't know how many of you know about Dunbar, but Robin Dunbar, he is a British anthropologist and evolutionary psychologist, and he is a specialist of primate behavior. आप जानते हैं प्राइमेट क्या होता है? कौन बताएगा? टाइप करो जरा गूगल इसमें चैट में. What is meaning by primate? Primate. हम कहाँ से इवॉल्व हुए हैं? प्राइमेट. मैंने आपको आंसर भी बता दिया. ओके, सो या ह्यूमन बींग्स बिलोंग टू प्रियंका जी, आप ठीक कह रहे हैं. अभी आप में से किसी ने एनिमल टाइप किया. एक्चुअली प्राइमेट मोस्टली हम बनमानुष, वो चिंपांजी और वो उस वाले स्किल को हम ग्रुप को हम ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं. फर्स्ट हैंड और एंशिएंट अर्लियर मैन एनिमल किंगडम. या सपना जी, करेक्ट. सो द साइकोलॉजिस्ट एंड बायोलॉजिस्ट, दे बिलीव दैट ह्यूमन माइंड कंट्रोल मैनी टूल्स, मीन्स आवर ऑर्गन्स, cognitive mechanisms and instincts designed to perform specific investigative tasks. Among the most significant human tools are identifiable mental tools, which enable us to distinguish between people, and tools that gather and store social information. और रॉबिन जी ने ये बोला था that the origin of the evolutionary growth of human brain came from the need to collect and store social information. और that's why हम लोग, मीन्स जो इंसान, मॉडर्न डे इंसान, हम जिसको होमो सैपियंस बोलते हैं, the brain evolved due to that only, because we needed to collect and store social information from there. Now what happens, और ये आप लोगों ने एक ये जीवन से लेकर मृत्यु तक के साइकिल का इमेज हो सकता है इंटरनेट पे देखा होगा, that it is a constant cycle, and as per Hindu mythology, you believe that वो 84 लाख योनि, something that we die and then we take rebirth in some other form, and we have to wait to get this human form again for 84 lakh, means after that it will come. As the babies are born with the desire to first crawl, then stand, then walk and learn language and use it. They are also born with a great interest in distinguished people via tools that allow us to identify by creating a large pool of people distinct from one another. You meet so many people, you observe them, you understand them, and then we tag them, we classify them. And thus the human developed the ability to investigate both the people and the society surrounding us. And this ability has contributed to our development. These traits allow us to investigate others, to meticulously recognize their characteristics and decide accordingly whether to join them or fight them. And these are exactly the characteristics that give a person an advantage, not only over any other creature, but also all other external tools. And that's what these things, if you talk to a, means the psychologist or those human behavior studies, they do they have this ability of investigation. They can see it into it. And then there is another example of this. Most of you must have gone through, means आजकल तो आप नहीं travel कर रहे हो, but you must have traveled. Even आजकल तो न्यू दिल्ली रेलवे स्टेशन के ऊपर भी ये स्कैनिंग मशीन्स लग गई हैं. So every one of us have a experience of human achievement over sophisticated technology. What it says that आपने देखा होगा कि एक्सरे मशीन के थ्रू से आपका सामान पास किया जाता है. आपको भी कहते हैं कि हाँ जी आ जाओ, अब इस एक्सरे मशीन के अंदर से गुजरो. उसके बावजूद भी there is a person who is sitting there on the monitor, because even if there is a research tool, the human intuition, our own judgment still remains the supreme. मशीन में से गुजरने के बाद भी एक कोई ना कोई एक ह्यूमन पर्सन सामान को फिर से चेक करता है, because we believe that the characteristic of us as the human as a research tool, it makes an effective, irrepressible research tool. And then what do we have? We possess an innate ability to observe and comprehend the world around us. But this ability could be especially refined when we look at other people. Our greatest attention is given to human faces, our face, facial expression. Yes, sir, Neelaji. Yeah, it tells many things. You are right. We can see others' expressions of joy, anger, interest, empathy, apathy, concentration, confusion, as well as slightest changes that occur within them. We distinguish between people especially by watching them. The assumption is that our brain contains a system that allows us to identify others' glances. Studies has found that even the 2-month-old baby already have a tendency to look at people's faces, and primarily at people, the eyes. During their first year, most babies, they become expert at tracking people's faces. For example, if they see somebody significant to them watching the corner of the room, they will soon turn their head and look in the same direction. Another person, you may be knowing, Dr. Paul Ekman. And as you can read here, he has been named as one of the among the top 100 most influential people in the world, as the influential psychologist of the 21st century. What he said, that we have the ability to simultaneously see and interpret, babies start socializing from them. Yes. And we have the ability to simultaneously see and interpret different parts of face and quickly connect the information to get a bigger picture of the whole face. The unique talent of the brain is its ability to interpret different things simultaneously. So our brain is specialized in seeing things at once, seeing all parts of the geometry and understanding the shape, and seeing all the elements of the situation and understanding their meaning. So this is very useful in interpreting facial expressions and understanding their meaning. Now, Paul, on the basis of his research of around more than 35 years, he developed a series of pictures as a kind of atlas where the atlas that contains probably all the facial expressions that people around the world use to express their feelings, such as anger, sadness, fear, surprise, disgust, contempt, happiness, and so on, something like that. Those things, they are. It is called as mental lexicon of people. If we read another person's face as if we are reading a book, not only do we have the, just a minute, please. We can also remember the people we have watched. And here, evidence suggests that a human mind contains a mental lexicon of people with separate entry for any person we know. अभी आज मुझे जितेंद्र जी नहीं दिख रहे, यहाँ पर कहाँ गए? But when you think of a person, and then you have a mental lexicon that, okay, this person is always smiling, this person is always angry, this person is always confused, or most of the time we have that impression, and we make a separate entry for any person we know. And this lexicon is a product of our mental tool to acquire information about people, which enable a fine distinction to be made between this. And it seems that there is no limitation to the number of faces we can recognize. The tool to acquire this information about people, even if we do not know, unless the part of that brain it gets injured. This, so how it is useful to a qualitative researcher. A qualitative researcher uses this feature to distinguish between people and their identification for the task of data collection, especially for observing people and social activities. Participant observation, where researchers are involved in the lives of participants as they watch them closely, perhaps bring the human watching ability to its best application in this qualitative research process. And during participant observation, the researcher does not need any external instrument. We can create a mental picture. Yes, Binaji, you are right. So here, that is very important. Now, there is this term we call this as intuitive psychology. Now, people cannot only identify others and their activities and their movements, the abilities which other animals also possess, and not only identify the emotion reflected from the face of other people, but also read the thoughts and feeling behind the actions and movement of others. Verbal cue and non-verbal cue. And as a part of this interpretive ability, the people, the researcher, they also monitor the intonation of speech to catch the speaker's emotional state and intention. You can say a simple word like you go, you go, you go. There are these two words, aap jaiye, aap jao. So the intonation, the tone of the speech, it expresses the emotional state and intentions. And here the common sense about the other people, well, we feel about the intuitive psychology, we try to interpret people's belief and intentions by watching what they actually do and trying to predict what they will do. So this intuitive psychology skill to read other people's mind, the ability to be in one's mental shoes, is called in cognitive psychology as the folk psychology, F-O-L-K, folk psychology, or the theory of the mind. And that's why for qualitative research, this is very useful tool for the study of people's behavior. This capability provides us an advantage over computers, which the computers cannot do. We, as a qualitative researcher, we can do. And computers, even if programmed to distinguish between faces, they can hardly recognize all of these small, subtle expressions unless the artificial intelligence and face recognition technology, it is perfected to that level They won't be able to find the belief and the intention of those expressions. A computer can perform million calculations per second, more than the fastest human brain. But even the world's fastest computers, they at present they are not able to identify the expression and read the emotions and thoughts as accurately as a small boy or a small child can do. That is very important there. Now, there are certain elements, the features of qualitative research, which distinguish it from other kind of researches. What are those? That it is more involved with studying the people's life in their real world roles, not the imaginary roles. It presents their views and perspectives, means there, and then explicitly attending to accounting for the real world contextual conditions when you create it, and how the new concepts they are reflected as social behavior and thinking, and the potential relevance of that instead of doing it, we need to be dependent on how that is being affected. आप लोगों ने ये सुना होगा ओरिजिनल रिसर्च. When you submit your article, then the journal asks you that I hope that this is your original research. Now, what is meaning by original research? What do we say it that okay, this is an original research? It goes there. I think did I have something? Okay, can you share your idea? What do you mean by original research? You can type into the chat box. Contribution to the body of knowledge, authentic data. Gauriji, if you are more dealing with data, will it not become a quantitative study? Yeah, but if we are saying here is as original research, what it means that the research should be your own making, using your own ideas. Yeah, Alkaji, not copies, innovative ideas. Ethnographic research where no one studies it. Yes, good answer. Here, what is actual meaning? Original means the research, it should be your own doing, your own ideas, your own words, your own data. To the best of your knowledge, including your explicit efforts to determine otherwise, actual study come of pure curiosity. Very good. And this also means collecting your own data about the real world and not just retrieving someone else existing information. Say for example, the Googling activity. And such real world data new that never resembles the other, which are not, you need to be good observer. Yes. And the notion of this original research lies in an important caution. Inevitably, and especially because much of the routine research procedures, they cover those things. So here, if you think the original either in part or in whole, it comes from an uncited source, for example, there. But if you are doing that, and if you are not citing it properly, it may become a plagiarism there for there. Now let us see what are various steps where review of related literature is almost zero. Yeah, in a way you are right. Yes, good answer. So now let us see what are the steps of an empirical research. Because sometimes you know that you want to do some empirical research. How to do that? Defining something to study, you need to first explain it, define it. Free, honest, skeptical, scientific attitude. Very good, Priyanka ji. Collecting relevant data. After first you define it, then collect the data, then analyze it and interpret it and draw conclusions based on the empirical findings. That makes it as an empirical research. So in that case, what should be the focal units for any study which you go? The individuals. If you want to study individuals, like you want to do some qualitative research, that why the Kendriya Vidyalaya students are so successful as compared to other kind of the schooling mechanisms. it is normally it is seen that the Kendriya Vidyalaya students, their performance is much higher in the 10th, 12th classes. So you want to study that. You want to study a group of people. For example, family caregiving for dementia affected patients, events, for example, health decisions, some event, or organizations for community development. These are the focal units we try to study as a to gather the data for it. Now, there are various methods of data collection: interviewing, participation, and conducting survey. These are the three most important data collection tools. Interview can be of various types: structured interview and unstructured interview. In structured interview, you uh, make the questions first and then ask those questions. Unstructured, it is something like open kind of interview. You ask the question, and when the person replies that, then you, from those reply, you make another question. Then interview can be one to one, means one interviewer, another interviewee, one to one. Then one to many, one person can take interview of many people, like in group Viva, or many people can take the interview of one person, like in for job appointments, where there is an interview panel, interview board, and they all sit together. And so that way, this is called as the interviewing technique. The interviewing technique is to get the idea of a person about the belief, about what they are thinking of a particular event, about something. That is the qualitative data research collection method. Then another is participation. Participation can be direct participation or indirect participation, which is we call it as observation participation. So the person who is observing the subjects, the respondents, either can be, say, like in the football game, the referee can be among the participants, or there is another referee who sits outside the boundary. From there, they are watching them. And then the participants, means the subjects or which we are observing them, they may be knowing that this person is watching them, or they may not be knowing that the person is watching them. Both the situations can be created. Either the person can declare that I'm here, you work on this and I will watch you. Or sometimes they may watch it from a distance. The people, they may not know that they are being watched. And in that case, they may work as a natural tendency without hiding something. If we know that somebody is watching, we may have fake behavior, something like that. And then through the surveys, gathering the information, and, or with open-ended questions, or making the sense from there. Then there are certain specialized type of qualitative research. I will very quickly, because the time is going to be over. How we are doing it. Action research, the most common, most famous research, where we try to find the solution of a problem which is happening around us. For example, you want to study why some of your students, particular student, they are very successful, whereas someone else is not to the tune. So action research is the focus-based research of a particular problem. Arts-based research, where the focus is away from, means more focus is on performance there. Then autoethnography. It is the idea where the person and the autobiographical, it is related to their cultural, social, political beliefs or something from there. Then we conduct case studies. Case studies is where either as the individual, it is the person or an organization or something, deeply we find about in detail about that goes with. Then we have the critical theory. It analyzes the social action, political, or our endeavors, where from a critique, from making an assessment of that, then this discourse analysis, where either it is the spoken word or the written word, we try to analyze it in its social context. Ethnography. It is a qualitative research method in which we try to study a particular social or cultural aspect of anything. and it is both a process and both as well as a product also. Then ethno methodology. Here it is a study which focuses on the individual's use in doing social life to produce mutually recognizable interactions within a situated context. How the people they are, managing the things in a given conditions. Then this grounded theory, this is a very popular grounded theory. It involves data collection and its analysis on the basis of the grounded, means the actual data which you have gathered from there. So that is called as the grounded theory. Then we have narrative inquiry. नैरेटिव इंक्वायरी, आप लोगों ने वो सुना होगा राजस्थान के अंदर आला उदल की स्टोरीज वो बड़ी फेमस हैं, those things, and they are then passed on from there, and on the basis of that, so the narrative inquiry, which is more focused on the experiences which are narrated through something, and it revolves around and some life experiences as narrated by those who lived, like Huan Seng or so many of these Chinese philosophers. They came to India, they observed it, and on the basis of that, they wrote their experiences. Even I think the Akbar, he had many people in his kingdom who recorded those things. So there. Then oral history. Basically, the oral communication through their reciting from memories, reminiscence, testimonies of people from there. This is a method. Then phenomenology. Here, the focus is more on individuals' lived experiences within the world, taken as they were everyday experience from the point of view of the subject. How a person is viewing the things from their own perspective. Phenomena. Phenomena means क्या हो रहा है, something happening around us on that. Then these are the data collection things I told you about it. Interview, observing, collecting, feeling, sensations. So a person's explanation of some behavior is called as interview, and the observing means I am observing of happening something between two people, between two groups or some arrangements. And feeling is like the a kind of emotional thing which happens into it from there.
धन्यवादः। वयं सर्वेपि अनुगृहीताः। आपके विशेष इस मार्गदर्शन से हम सभी कृतार्थ हैं। इस अवसर पर श्री लाल बहादुर शास्त्री राष्ट्रीय संस्कृत विश्वविद्यालय पक्ष से, हमारे शिक्षण अधिगम केंद्र के पक्ष से और हमारी आदरणीय पूज्य मैम के पक्ष से और सभी प्रतिभागियों की पक्ष से और मेरे पक्ष से आपको हार्दिक धन्यवाद ज्ञापन करते हैं और आगे भी आपके मार्गदर्शन की अपेक्षा करते हैं। धन्यवाद सर।